So let's talk about sheets, title blocks, and printing. So we're going to add the SCAM ArcD template for the title block. So we're going to use that. You can download that from Slate, and I'm going to also place that file in the description, okay, for the YouTube channel. Now, here, you are going to insert the title block and use that to place some of your views. So we're going to try that. We're going to go back to Revit, and you'll see here that we don't have any sheets yet, right? So if you click on sheets, there are no available sheets. So what you can do is you can right click and say new sheet, and then you need to load the ArcD blank if you do not have one. And you do that by clicking on load and then look for the file, right? So ArcD, okay? So it's a family. I do have that already. So I'm just going to select that and click OK. So this one is an ArcD blank. Now, I think we have one which has a title block in it. So let's check. New sheet, ArcD landscape. I think that's the blank one. I think this one has some text in it. So let's use this one, okay? Now, notice that all the project information that we already encoded at the beginning of the exercise is now inputted into this project, right? So that's good. And then to insert a view, you simply go to the view that you want inserted and click and drag it in here. Okay. And place. Save the project when prompted. See, the drawing is much, much bigger than our D size title block. So what you can do is you can double click inside. So you're like in model space in AutoCAD, and then change this to a smaller. So let's say 1:200. Okay. And then once you have done that, then you can move this around. So click, double click outside, and then you can move this. Okay. So arrange it properly. Right? You can nudge it. And in the future, we're going to show you how you can put grid lines so they can match from sheet to sheet. Likewise, of course, you can lower this and then hide some of the site plan or site property line, which is not necessary for this sheet, right? So you can also do the editing here, or you can do the editing in the view. So I can lower this. And I can raise this up. Nice and tight. And then I can hide the property line, which is not needed for a floor plan view. So I'm going to say hide in view this particular element. There you go. So arrange it in a sheet, insert a sheet and arrange it. And then double click outside to go back. Okay. And once you have done that, you can click on this title and move it. Okay, and move. So you want it maybe at the corner, right? Now, if you double click on the view, sorry, double click outside. If you click on the view once, you'll see the grip appear for the line of the title. So you can shorten that. Okay, so it's showing the scale, showing the title, and I guess my title is too big. So let's see, I can maybe, okay, so you can maybe shorten this, right? So that it will fit, or maybe even change the first to first. So, or you can edit the family. So you can create families once you are knowledgeable of creating families for labels and titles. For this one, I simply shortened it and it worked. Okay. So again, this is your viewport, right? Similar to AutoCAD. You double click inside and you can be working on the model space, and double click outside and you are in your sheet. So again, right click on sheet, new sheet, select the ArcD, load it if you haven't loaded it yet. Okay, and click OK. And then go to your view and drag it into your sheet. Zoom out. Okay, double click, change this to 1:200. Okay, double click outside and nudge it using the arrow keys. Center, double click inside, select, right click, hide in view element. Okay, and likewise, right select, right click, let's do it again, select. I think that's in a different, what I can do is, let me just, you can also do it inside the view. If you go here, right, I think you say hidden, okay, and select, or maybe from the side view. Right click, hide category, okay, right click, hide in view category, and hide in view this element. Now, if you go back to your second floor plan, notice that it is still there. So it is view specific, right? It is view specific. The only thing is, I think this one is grayed out. So we're going to talk about views and how to hide them in the next video. But to finish this, once you have done that, go to your sheets, okay, and you might want to name this sheet. So this will be where the floor plan is, right? And this is where the second floor plan is. So double click on that. Sorry, double click on that name, and you can always name the sheet. So we have here sheet X2, and it is unnamed. So you can just say this is sheet A1, let's say. Okay, get A1, and then you can right click here and rename it to A1, and then instead of a name, let's say floor plan. Okay, you can also do that here. Double click on it. So let's say this is A2, outside, and then right click on this and say rename, and this is also a floor plan. Click OK. Then if you click, right, if you click on the viewport once, you can shorten this and this smaller or shorter, so concrete. Rename. It still doesn't fit, so I think I need to change my naming convention to just say second, and then let's add C, capital, rename, and that fits. Then I can adjust the line. And while it is still selected, oops, sorry, to double click inside. All right. Neck. It's on top of the other. Yeah, it's moving the entire thing, the viewport. So make sure, there it is. Click once, and then place this at the bottom corner, right? So be consistent. Since we changed this to the number, sorry, to a number, so let's also open this and change this to, oops, double click outside. Okay, click once. Yeah, sometimes it's a little difficult. Okay. Nope, it's not happening yet. So here it is. Or we right click. Do we have a rename? No, doesn't say rename. I can do that also here. Yeah. So I can say rename from here. It doesn't like it be renamed from the viewport. So first floor, rename, yes. There you go. Now, once you have completed at least 2 sheets, we're now ready to print. So that's how you insert sheets, take care of the views, and then now we're going to print.